Are you excited? I'm excited because BTC breaking new record highs, 122,000 American dollars, breaching northwards and upwards today. We might go back and do some little skitsy and close the gap, whatever. Most importantly, macro's on track. During the week, I've got more videos coming out for you, but I just want to take some time to remind you that crypto Crapo is still bearish. So these are just some signals that we're going to go up, friends. Let's actually check it out. So crypto Crapo, do not FOMO here. This was like 5 days ago. Prices are going higher than expected, but buying here is a mistake. He's got the vertical line down. I can't blow off top. If you check it out, friends, I mean, like, he's been bearish, friends. I can't believe it has to be a meme because he's getting so much network effect, but my gosh, bro, this guy's been bearish since literally the bottom, and he's just refused. So ever since Bitcoin went to 22,000, he's been just turbo bearish the whole way. Do you remember we actually got him bullish right up here after the Bitcoin spot ETF, and then he went bearish. We got him bullish here, and then we just like went down forever, and we got him bearish again. Pop, here we are. Pop. It's beautiful to see. Now I have drawn large Fibonacci levels. I've got more videos for you coming out later on. I do believe, just guessing, 155k BTC is the friendship zone. That's the first fib. The next one is the believers fib, 208k. And if we're lucky, we get the 240k. If we're lucky, but I don't know about this one. Okay, this one is like, it's scary because like if Bitcoin's 200k, right? What if you're wrong? If you're wrong, it's all over from that point. And if you're right, you just get like another 10% or 20%. So we are on track. Isn't that beautiful to see? And I believe we have to crank it. Wonderful. We are cranking it, friends. What if we're about to pump really, really, really hard? You know, man, it's been very frustrating, friends. Our business ISM still below 50 after a very, very long time. Ethereum above $3,000. XRP is actually leading the rally when it comes to this as well, because it's repeating what it did pretty much last year. Remember this when XRP started moving up last year, November. This is the XRP ETH ratio, if you look at it. But no one really cares about the ratios except me, so I'll just show you the XRP US dollar chart. This is XRP. Okay, it's very, very nice. It's come out and done this squeeze. But you just never know, man. It might just do one more and just get everyone out before you go. XRP, remember, it's nearly $3 now. And blockchain backer, XRP Max is a lot of them. I mean, like blockchain backer, he's getting out in 2.5x. So that's something to think about. Now I want to give you some truth, friends. Some truth. You're here for some truth? This is James Wynn. James Wynn was right, but he was early. So let this be a lesson for you. Remember James Wynn, he ran his account up to $100 million unrealized profit and then back down to zero. Okay, $100 million, zero. He was right. He was long. He was turbo leverage long. However, when you're a bit too early, you get liquidated. Do you remember I told you, friends, it's hard enough getting the price thing correct. It's hard enough, right? But when you're dealing with price and time, both dimensions, that's why you get a 1% win rate. Consistent win rate. Yeah, 1% over the long run. So remember, if you're just buying low and you say, hey, I'm willing to wait forever, don't care if it takes forever, I'm willing to wait forever, guess what? You bought low, you've got the price part, and then the time dimension, you just write it off. You're willing to wait forever. You forget about it, lottery ticker, whatever. When you start doing leverage trading, options, where you're basically borrowing money and you're doing margin trading, right? Now you need price and time on your side. So like you needed to go up and you needed to happen within, 60 days or 60 hours or 6 hours, right? But with us, look how long it's taken. So there are many people never made it out of the trenches because they still got the toe jam from the LA vape cabal jammed down their throats, and they're not going to make it. They can't make it because they've gone rinsed. They've sold everything. And they don't even believe in anything as well. So of course you've probably got a large price quote in a lot of coins like me. It feels like there's zero, but they're just price quotes. All it takes is repricing up high and you're still holding them. Remember, there is only one trade here. Stay long for the whole cycle. Asymmetric upside coins will ignite soon. That's what we're waiting for, the next thrust. I found this interesting as well, friends. So this is really cool, man. pDAI-pHEX ratio. So this is pDAI versus pHEX. It's back up to near parity. It actually did hit parity 1.0. So this chart, right, it's not as super aggressively uptrending as some other charts, but it is pretty good. Look at this. pDAI used to be, at the end of 2023, pDAI used to be 5% of pHEX's price. Now it's pretty much parity. It used to be 5%. It's gone up like 20x against that. It did a 1,000% rally from just the gravestone emoji part of it as well. So remember, I don't believe in, you know, pDAI or this or that. I personally, this is me, you can do whatever you want. No financial advice, no crying in the casino. I like them all. I believe in pDAI and the coins. That's what I like. Okay, you can do what you want. And remember, PulseChain is a hidden gem ecosystem. So you want to know, friends, can we get bullish? Why I'm feeling more bullish is, so we have crypto Crapo. So, okay, crypto Crapo still bearish. Good. You have James Wynn liquidated in like a 5% Bitcoin range. Like, okay, your soul was consumed, but you didn't need to be consumed, bro. You literally just had to do nothing. So whatever. Okay, we'll take it. More bullish news. Reddit is turbo bullish Bitcoin, turbo bearish Ethereum. So there's a Reddit thread here. Thank you to Robbie Boo for showing me this. Does Bitcoin or Ethereum have more price appreciation potential in the next 10 to 30 years? The entire thread is all Bitcoin. The entire thread. Pooping on Ethereum. So Reddit has turned to Bitcoin maxi and poops over Ethereum. Reddit threads are now showing overwhelming support for Bitcoin and calling for Bitcoin to crush ETH price returns in the next 10 years. They are effectively saying that they are short ETH BTC down here at 0.025. And we all know Reddit is for soy boys and soy girls. And as a friendly reminder, Ghislaine Maxwell was one of the first Reddit power users. She's a Reddit moderator. She talked about some weird stuff on Reddit, man. She talked about cannibalism. Yeah, just these people are dark. I'm almost thinking, why do they get a soul? Why do they get a soul? I mean, you must have done some bad stuff, okay, back in the day. I believe ETH BTC will be 0.10 plus in the next 5 years. It's actually still shocking, really bad, but like it looks really good from here, right? Because that's a 4-to-1 outperformance. And because it's a family-friendly show, I'm going to show you what they're actually short here. See, they're basically saying from here, say, friends, this is Udi. So Udi, Eric Ward's boyfriend, what he doesn't know is his long... Udi, you listening? You know your long essay? That's going to be forever screenshotted. Just to let you know, you're on the same side as every blue pill, hotel, cuck chair, hormone-blocking scum on Reddit. Just to let you know, you're on the same side as Reddit. I can't think of a more embarrassing position to take, by the way. In pretty much anything, Reddit agrees with you. Wow. I mean, like, and they're all short ETH BTC. Do you remember, friends, I showed you Udi? So while he was taking a break from shoving his tongue down Eric's throat, they're pretty much, they're so confident. They said, yeah, ETH BTC is not moving up from here. They said, oh, don't mid-curve it because Bitcoin Treasury. Oh, man, you know. Look, we'll see. We'll see. I've already spoken with my position. You really want to tell me, bro, you reckon in the next 5 years it's not going up from here? All the state. Hey, news flash for you Bitcoin maxis. Paolo, the CBDC trash tether CEO, who you invite to the Bitcoin maxi conferences, guess how he makes all his money? Ethereum. That's right. Guess where else he makes his money? Tron, which is just a copy-paste of Ethereum. Oh, interesting. That's very interesting. The guy who says, I love the Bitcoin, I hate the crypto, who runs a CBDC trash, needs Ethereum to exist for him to make all his money. Interesting. So what do you want to do, friends? I'll tell you some free advice, okay? Firstly, you're my Pokeball friend. I'm going to catch you every single day, number one. Number two, this is some life advice. Actions speak louder than words. All right? So when CBDC trash, the Glow Maxi subhuman filth Tether CEO comes out and says, I love the Bitcoin. I hated the crypto. He says that. What's he really doing though? Deploying on every single smart contract platform to try grab all those US dollary dues so he can go buy the government yield and keep it for himself and give nothing to the customers. And that's why pDAI is going to come and eat their lunch. Do you see? Actions speak louder than words. You really want to be short ETH BTC here, do you? Like, man. I mean, the movies just write themselves, you know? Also, shout out to Mr. Vibe Crypto for putting one of our favorite blue pill fake science cucks, Neil DeSoy Tyson. It's a start. Oh, man. Put a cucumber down that guy's throat. Imagine your whole career was made to be psyops against the population on behalf of the government to keep everybody dumbed down, where we learned about quantum entanglement in literally the 1930s. And we already can manipulate space-time, and we understand what gravity is, electromagnetic wave stuff, and the quantum field and all these things. Imagine all of that exists, and then your job is to go out to the population and just not only call them stupid, but teach them stupid stuff. That's like ancient barbaric science from like 80 years ago, which we already went beyond. You know, friends, there's a lot of hotel cuck chair enjoyers out there, okay? Luckily for you and me, we don't even need to have a real opinion on that. It's fun, entertaining. You know, we're bleeding edge finance. I like to be on bleeding edge other stuff too. We're going to win. Shout out to the PokeChain community. Haters will say this is AI. Look at this Charmander, friends. Look how cute this is. This GTA skin. How fun is this? So GTA 6 might actually start an unexpected alt season in crypto. Don't ask how that'll happen. I'm just telling you, weird stuff like that happens and stuff all the time. Yes, that is Charmander smacking up some non-believer normies out here. How funny is this stuff, by the way? So GTA 6, crypto, gaming, narratives, and all these things out here, the potential is big and around the corner. Don't forget the PulseChain devs have been cooking. They've been cooking all right. Very interesting, friends. I just want to show you this bit of a very, very strange thing. If you're on PulseChain, you know there's something called LibertySwap Finance. LibertySwap Finance, friends. Man, I think it's actually Richard. It speaks like him. And LibertySwap Finance, it sounds like Richard watched World Liberty Finance and he just like took the word liberty. He's like, okay, Trump family likes this liberty stuff. Let's use like American themed words. And also there's a Trump wallet on PulseChain. It feels like that might be a donation gift to a Trump family member. I don't know, just it could be like speculating, but it just feels like something else is going on here. Also, this account speaks like Richard. PulseChain has everything it needs to succeed. All it takes now is a strategic marketing push, something that has been carefully planned and prepared over the past 4 years. The man who's been preparing to take on the SEC since 2019 surely has a plan for the most important product of his life. Nothing is random. Trust the process. Wonderful. So I think what's actually happening is perhaps Richard has done grants, but they're private grants. He's like, maybe he's gone and seeks stuff. He's like, hey, I want you to go build this stuff. Maybe someone like looks after you and does things like that, right? That's actually how you have to do it, because if you allow this public grant stuff, what people do is they find ways to just, you know, siphon money from the treasury and then they leave. So also another Easter egg, friends. The logo of LibertySwap Finance, it looks like Donald Trump's hair as well. You know, it reminds me of a little flame or something here. So a little flame, a little spark. And remember that it's connecting through all the bridges from all the other chains. Look at this. So LibertySwap is connecting Cuckbase, Throbbing Hood, Solana, Pui, Meth, Binance. Look at them. All of them. It's starting to connect all the bridges. And as well, it lets you buy pDAI and PWBTC. So pretty much anything. I think it's basically doing what we wanted the bridge to do, where it's like support the chain and stuff. So it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Still waiting. Everyone's I mean, I wanted us to go up a year and a half ago. You know what I mean? So I'm not, look, I'm not going to hold my breath because it's been painful, but here's Donald Trump with a peg on his chest right here. Dev's cooking, okay? Dev's cooking. I like all these coins, and I like more like PokeChain. Just, you know, we just come on, meth. We need meth to squeeze through that $3,200 plus, and let's go. Something to think about though, friends. Am I the final boss of pDAI? How mad's this picture, by the way? Looks like some big, hairy Akuma ape. And yes, that is a ping pong paddle. Okay, and this is a giant. Look at that fluffy microphone. Arrgh, raging demon. Arrgh. Am I the final boss? I don't know if I'm the final. How can I be the final boss? Like, I already watched it go to zero. You know, we relinquished the bags, and we're like, wait a minute, this doesn't feel right, and then got back in with way more aggression as well. So, could I be final boss though? And what would the final boss me be? Would I me coming out and telling you it's never gonna work? I do pose a problem though. I'm making a mistake. I know a lot of people holding this just because they think I've done my homework. Even though I've said 50,000 times, guys, it went to zero twice. It can go to zero again. I got no idea how to read code. I have no idea what's happening. Okay, even though I said, but I know completely. You know, it's like that. It's just like we know what it's like, man. So if someone's associated, they're taking a bet. You want to take a bet. Like for example, look at GCR. If GCR bought a coin and he said, you know what, this could go to zero, but I think its upside is 40x and its downside 1. I'm throwing something into that. You know what I mean? That's GCR. You're like, well, you know, the guy who bought Trump 2024 tokens back in 2021 Q1, he bought Trump tokens at 10 cents on the dollar from FTX, but they went bankrupt. They couldn't even pay him out. So, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, you know what? I know I can go to zero, but screw it. You know, I'm just going to take the punt that this person has some reasonable edge. So here is PulseChain PLS. Hopefully we get to see sack price by now. I was really hoping when Bitcoin was at this price that we are more up 2x sack price. So I was hoping we were like 8x higher. But then again, like Ethereum is still $3,000, right? So it's going to be a while. We'll see. Now, friends, I like living on the bleeding edge stuff. All right. I want to show you this clip because concurrent, you know, we have a stablecoin supercycle, a meme coin supercycle. There's a red pill supercycle, and there's also an alien supercycle, and there's a conspiracy supercycle. And guess what? All those three, they're actually all the same thing. Okay. And this lady, friends, you know who this lady is? This lady is very, very smart. Her name is Astrid Struckelberger. She's a PhD scientist. She's been doing science for 30 years. Yeah, 30 years. Astrid. Right? She was probably a weapon back in her day as well. You know, she's still a weapon. For 30 years? Sure. Look at those pearly earlobes. So Astrid, not only is she a gun, 30 years. She spoke to some dudes at CERN, where they make that large hadron collider. You know, the atom thing, where they spin it around that big circle. You know, CERN, friends. I think it's in the land of Switzerland. Here it is, CERN, the big giant circle, where they shoot and they pump atoms around in circles, and they do some weird stuff and then tell us what it is. But they pretend to tell us what it is. Well, she said they opened up a portal there. By the way, yes, we've heard the rumor of this before. She actually confirms, yeah. She spoke to some scientists off the cuff. Because you look at her, she's, you know, they're probably like, you know, if you're another scientist, you haven't seen a lady in a long time. Like, they're probably still virgins. You know what I mean? So when like a weapon blonde scientist lady comes out, starts asking you questions, you start talking, you know? You're like, hey, how many batteries in your Game Boy? So they start squealing. And they told her that they opened up a portal to another dimension. And I thought, okay, story's going to stop it. No, she goes further. She goes, an entity stepped out of it. Uh-oh. And funny enough, the second time they opened up the portal, the entity came, and it took a scarf. It's kind of, that's funny. That's how you know it's real. You know, it comes out and just takes a scarf. Why the scarf, bro? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's like us when we go to, if you go to like the North Sentinel Island, when we go there, we probably take like just some random item and they'll probably be confused as well. You know, because maybe the most valuable thing to them, I don't know, is like, you know, maybe they have a grapefruit or some like little, you know, bone spear weapon that they use to kill animals. And we're like, nah, we didn't care about that. We want, you just like grab something from them, right? Like maybe, you know what I mean? Just something that you just they don't even think about. Like, oh, one of the pot plants or something where it shows like a depiction of your origin story. And they're like, why do you want that? That's boring. So when I saw that, I could only choose to think one thing. I have to be bullish on Ethereum now, okay? So let's listen.
Open a round door, you know, like in the Stargate. And I don't know if it's as big. Yeah, there is one picture that the person is quite small, actually, on it. You can go and look for those interested. Go and type CERN portal LHC door, and you will see. So in front of the door, they have a room. They probably have many doors, but they have a room, and they sit around the table. And I said, so yeah, what happened? He said, well, an entity came from this portal, and like it sat at the table. I was like, but how is this entity? What do you mean entity? Is it a person? Is it an alien? What color are they like us? And they couldn't answer anything. They said, no, it's not. We know. We just know it at CERN, and they cannot describe it, but they have it secondhand. It's not third, fourth. It's a very good friend who knows.
That's very.
You have to find something more because that's not enough. And
even she knows it's not enough. I mean, she is a scientist, you know.
Can you prove? And is there a proof that they bring that it gave something? There's some document, and they said that this entity the second time took a scarf and left a scarf. I said, what type of scarf in it? They don't know. They don't. They're not into the detail. They were really into the event and not the detail. And this entity left again. So that's the short scoop that started me trying to look for that.
So we got some weird stuff happening, friends. It is a simulation, the whole thing. Okay, Earth's constructed. All of this is constructed. So look, if it's a believer's cycle, and we're manifesting crypto to 10 trillion, and it's an alien super cycle, and then you have all these booming narratives appearing, AI, sex robots, robo-taxis. It can't stop here, man. When I hear stuff like that, I don't think we're stopping here. That doesn't tell me, yep, we're all stopping here now. The crypto cycle's over in 30 days, which is what some people believe. I don't think so, man. We haven't even gotten to the part where AI starts to eat away at jobs because it's so useful. We haven't even gotten to that part, you know? So it just doesn't feel like we're at the end of the story. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like that. It feels like things are bubbling up, all the bleeding edge stuff, UFOs, crypto, finance, all these, we're still going, you know? And hopefully we do build into the point where Tai Lopez is back. Until then, like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you soon.